welcome back to Lubelska Dolina for episode 25, The Adventures of Feldkorp. Okay, cool. That sounds like a plan. I'll get in touch with Dave in accounts and we'll get it all sorted out. Hello everyone. We're just having a quick meeting with the family there, and we've made a couple of decisions. Now, as you can see, it's 2:30 in the afternoon on the 4th day, mid-spring. Now, what we've been doing since last time we were here is a lot of contracts. So, first thing we're going to do is actually cash in some of these, because we are going to need the money from them to help us with what we're about to do. So, we should get quite a nice chunk of change from all this. There's a lot of fertilising and a lot of sowing going on. Some big contracts there, and as you can see we've got quite a few more stacked up, and in fact that one for Helena is almost done. We've got Alexander out doing some fertilising for us at the moment. So let's have a look. We are up to 102 grand again. That is perfect. So what we are going to do today is we're on a mission. So we're going to run over here quick and I'll tell you what it's all about. Now this is our rye field and it's doing quite well. There's good nitrogen. It should be better than that if we just go into the field a bit. Yeah, it's perfect. pH is perfect as well. And we've been looking at this field because it's been laying sort of dormant a bit. It's got withered rye in it, and I don't think the farmer's actually using it much at the moment. Because, you know, it's been like this for quite a while. He hasn't come back and done anything to it. We haven't seen any vehicles around here a lot lately. So we're talking to the family there, and what we're planning on doing is actually buying this field and converting it, you know, turning it over, getting it set up and planting a crop quick. So if we have a look at the planting window at the moment, we could get in a cheeky bit of wheat, barley or sunflowers right at the end of their planting period, but I'm thinking of taking a punt on soybeans, partly because we've got a little bit more time to plant them. So if something goes wrong, then you know we could always throw some in anyway a bit later on. If it really fails, then there's always a chance of throwing some corn in if we need it, which we could potentially use as a bit of pig food as well. So yeah, we're essentially looking at, I think, soybeans for here. Now, it does need a temperature of 9 degrees, and I think we're currently sitting at around 11, and I want to say the ground temperature is actually a bit less. Yeah, the ground temperature is, where is it, up the top, it's 7 degrees. But tomorrow is Monday, that is going to warm up quite nicely. You can see the middle of Monday there, if I can wave the little pointer thing over here. Like around noon tomorrow, it's going to really pick up, you know, temperature-wise. So I think if we can throw in some soybean tonight, or this afternoon, then that is going to be a really good plan. So what I'm going to do, it looks like Alexander has just radioed in to tell us that he is ready to move on to the next field. So we'll just check the details on that. I'm going to go back to the cabin quick, our little container of joy over here, and get in touch with the financiers. And as I tell the family, we'll have a quick chat with Dave in accounts and get him to just get everything sorted out for the land purchase there. So I shall do that quick, and we'll get Alexander set up on the next field, and then we'll start making some preparations for our next adventure. Well, not our next adventure, our next part of this adventure. The next plan, new bit of land, all that good stuff. Right, there we go. That is everything sorted out. Transaction's been approved. We got the deed from the previous owner. Yeah, they said they're literally not using it at the moment. They couldn't do anything with it, so they were more than happy for us to take it off their hands, and we're more than happy to do that. So we are going to get started on it. There's a few odds and ends that need to be done, obviously. First things first, we are going to give it a bit of a cultivate, because obviously it's got the previous crop in it there, so we're just going to cultivate that back into the ground with our handy AK9 subsoiler plough thing that we got just the last time we were here, so let us get on board with that. And of course I've gone and blocked my entrance exit thing here, haven't I? So we'll have to go around the other way. But not into the weights, because that would be awkward. Or we could just back into the chicken pen instead. Yeah, all these fun things we could do. Oh, and we've actually got some weeds out there in the potato field we need to look at. Make sure they don't become anything more serious. Don't drive onto the crop. Do not drive onto the crop. That'd be a bad idea. Let's see if we can sneak through this little spot. Lovely, there we go. Yeah, I should have really cleared this out and made a small path down here, perhaps. And just create a tiny track at the bottom here. That might not be a bad plan at all. But yeah, so let's have a look at this, see what we can do. Yeah, no, don't hire a worker. That's the wrong button to press. I am the worker. Okay. So yeah, I actually didn't check to see if this needed subsoiling or ploughing, but we're gonna, this thing's a plough anyway. Come on, get that spot. Where are we? There we go, that got it. Yeah, this is a plough, or subsoiler anyway, so it will give it that effect, or that state for us, which is good. And I'm kind of hoping it actually fertilises it as well a little bit for us. So I'm not sure if this would actually count as organic fertilisation. I mean, I suppose technically speaking it should, because it is. We are just ploughing the crop back into the ground. So, yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, we've got some digestate we can throw on here, and obviously the roller as well. Although, now that I think about it, we're doing soybeans, aren't we? So we're not going to need any fertiliser. That's handy. That's actually very handy. I'm quite liking the sound of that. So we won't need to use the digestate or the roller. But we will most likely have to put lime on it. And I have a feeling it may... we'll check the fertilising state. There's no point in supposing and theorising. We'll just get it soil sampled once we've cultivated it and see how it is. Hopefully it is going to be good. I'm not sure how soybean actually works if it's planted into... Oh, come on. How far back do I have to go? If it's planted into a field that already has nitrogen in it, if that will actually affect it or not, or if it just... it adds its own, and regardless of what's already there, it just doesn't matter. We'll have to have a look and see exactly what happens as we go. But yep, so for now I shall... Oh, there we go, it looks like Alexander has finished over on field 42, so we shall set... just check the contracts and get him going somewhere else, and continue on with this. And I think what we'll probably do is get this cultivated out, or sort of subsoiled out, then most likely get it sampled off camera, because you don't need to see me driving up and down a field with a little sort of mechanical digger thing picking up soil samples and stuff. I've seen that once. It's not the most interesting thing. Yeah, we'll get that done probably off camera, and then maybe come back in when we're onto the liming, or possibly even just the seeding. Because lime is lime, and I mean technically seeding is seeding, but we'll do what we can with it. So yeah, onwards we go. Alrighty, here we are back at our field again, and It took a little bit longer to get it lined and fertilised, well not fertilised, but lined and scanned and ploughed and everything. It took a fair bit longer than I was expecting, because it's not a massive field, but it's surprisingly big. But on the bright side, that means Alexander's been tonking away on the old contracts there. Actually, you can see him on the radar, on the GPS overview thing, going up and down there in field 82 now, which is lovely. So we are going to cash out some of the contracts he's been completing, and he's done quite a few for us, I ain't going to lie. So yeah, let's close out some of these and get some more cash in the old coffers. We've still got a few, and now field 10 we're going to do ourselves with the digestate spreader, because that's the field just above the one we're working in now. And field 19, that's just a standard spray, I think, for now. These other two, or three, are the same thing, just standard sprays. So we shall leave Alexander to carry on with that. But we are going to test out some seeding now. Because the thing is, since we ploughed that crop in, it's showing on the field thing as having like 200 kilograms of nitrogen in it. And that's bad. At least it's bad for soybeans, you would think. But, okay, this is what I wanted to test. I wanted to make sure that it said perfect, and it does. So it looks like it doesn't matter what the nitrogen is, the old soybeans are going to just grow and be quite happy with that. So we'll get down to the end of this row here, and then come back along and see what it looks like. Just sort of get 2 rows in, and then we'll just double check, make sure it's not doing anything peculiar on us. Because, I'd hate for that to happen. I'd hate to get this entire field sown with soybean and then find out, oops, it's not going to work, it was just lying to us. So, yeah. But, on the whole, that little first glimpse looked pretty good. In fact, we can just start up, come back down the strip here and then just check it before we get too far. Because we haven't used too many seeds yet. That's always a good thing. So, let's lift her up and do a turn and head back down the row. Or the line, or whatever it's called. Okay, I'll hop out quick and just double check the field info again. Yeah, it's still saying perfect for the nitrogen, which is interesting because it's got 200 kilograms per hectare in it, and soybean generally doesn't want you to put any nitrogen down. But hey ho, it says it's good, so we're going to go with that. I'm not going to argue with it. On the bright side, it means potentially that whatever we've got that we put in after this may well be already have some degree of fertilising in it as well. So we shall have a go at that and see what. That obviously will be sort of next year, I guess, at this point, or maybe later in the year. I don't actually know if we can get a late crop in after this. Possibly a winter wheat or winter rye, maybe, something like that. We'd have to check. But it depends on what we're going to do with the crop rotation as well, because it may just be a case of popping in grass or something for a bit of time. We should have left a bit more space after that one. Yeah, we might just be popping in a bit of grass. Let's have a look from the inside view. Yeah, so we might just cover it with grass and then go again from there. But that was too far out. Yeah, I haven't figured out the in-cab markers for this tractor yet. Or if I have, I can't remember what they are. But yeah, it seems to be catching it pretty good. So the top of the forklift mount there, possibly, could be a good marker. Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. So yeah, I was going to say I shall plough on with this, but we've done that part already. But yeah, we'll carry on with this. Looks like we've got a message from Alexander there, so we'll send him the coordinates and everything for the next contract to do, and continue on with our seeding here. And hopefully this isn't going to take as long as the ploughing did, because there's also one other little task I want to get done today too, and that is particularly it was pertaining to that community area that we set up the other episode, where we had all the sort of gardens and the fruit trees and whatnot. Oh, missed a bit there. What we are going to do with that is take them down some fertilizer, or some manure rather, in the bags, and a small water trailer, and get that all set up and running for them. And at some point, if we can, we may get a small forklift or a cheap tractor with a front loader or something on it, and leave that down there for them as well, so they can use it as they please. But yeah, so we shall carry on with this and see how long it takes, and get all those little raggedy bits tidied up that we missed before we get too far. Okay, well, we're back again a little bit sooner than I was expecting, and there's a reason for that. Obviously we're still only halfway through doing this field, but it's coming along nicely. Well, a bit less than halfway, but you know, it'll work out good in the not too distant future. But yeah, the reason we come back so soon is we've been looking at the classifieds again, you know, just sort of keeping our eye on stuff that's going on, because yeah, there's always equipment upgrades and things that we're going to need, and stuff that we should look to invest in. And there's been a couple of interesting tractors come up. So as soon as I get to the end of this row, I shall flip it around, and then we'll have a look at what I'm alluding to, hinting at, or you know, all those fun things. But essentially, what we're looking for is, or what we're looking at rather, is a tractor. Now, I wasn't specifically looking for a new tractor, because we just bought the what's currently a 1224, and we could upgrade that to 160 horsepower, I think it is, which will cost us probably about another 5 or 10 grand at least. Well, you know, which wouldn't be a bad investment. It's still only going to do like 21, 22 miles an hour. But we were looking at... Am I going to go tip it off to the side here? Well, I tell you what, we'll get to the end of this row, and then we'll stop and have an actual look at it, because you know, driving and using a tablet and talking and all those fun things, that can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Yeah, last thing we need to do is go careening off into a fence or up a tree or knock something over that we're not supposed to. Okay, so let's just pull to a stop here and have a look. So yeah, in the classifieds, the wonderful classifieds app that we've just managed to get set up for the Poland region, well, aside from the fantastic Santana pickup truck there that's now available, which we're not going to get as much as I would like one. We're not doing forestry, so we're not going for a Ural. But no, there was these two tractors that come up, the T150K and the HTZ 17221. Now, I thought about this one because it's a slightly smaller one, you know, and it was yeah, 165, I think, is the max horsepower. It's the only, there's no other engine options for this. So, you know, it's 165 horsepower, but it's only 18 miles an hour, so, you know, that's kind of not really an upgrade to what we've got. It's more of a sideways thing. But the one that did interest me was this, and I'd realised it was only just under 15 grand. And if we look at it, it starts out at 180 horsepower. Now, at the moment, we don't have anything that requires 180 horsepower, but if we're going to start, you know, investing and scaling up a little bit, maybe getting like a bigger seeder, something like that, particularly for the larger fields, the bigger contracts, that sort of thing, then we're going to need something with a bit of meat on its proverbial bones, and I think this is it. Now, the current standard price for a quote new one would be 45 grand, but the new one, obviously down there, goes down to just under 15. And there's obviously some things we can do to it. We could put a front hitch on for 5 grand. I don't think we're going to do that right away. Actually, no, why not? That'd be 20 grand even, well, just under again. Wheels, we'll be able to have wheel weights and twins if we want at some point in the future. And we could have Michelins as well instead of the. I think these are Ukrainian tractors, so that would be probably a Ukrainian tyre brand. And the engine setup, we've got the 236D-3 or the 238 KM2-3, which puts it up to 240 horsepower for no extra cost, which seems like a bit of a cheat. So we're going to stick with the 236D for now. I think we're just going to buy that right away, because, why not? And if we do go for that engine upgrade later on, then we will pay a nominal fee for it, because, let's face it, that would be a bit cheaty, getting an extra 80 horsepower for no extra cost. But yeah, so 14 grand, well, no, 20 grand, just under 20 grand, and we've just got ourselves a 180 horsepower tractor. How's about them apples? Like I say, it wasn't something we were, instinctively looking for, but it's one of those deals that when you see it, you kind of have to get it. So, yeah. Anyway, we shall continue on with this field, and it looks like Alexander has finished another contract for us there. So, we'll see what he's, if we've got anything else planned that he can do while he's out in that neck of the woods. Oops. Went over a bump and missed that spot. Let's back up quick and get it. We'll see if we can set him on doing something else, and we shall finish up on this field, and then see about setting up the last little bits down in our little community garden area before it gets too dark. Okay, now we're coming to the end of the field here now, and as you can see, it started getting a little bit dark, so I think what we're probably going to do is just call it a night. Oh, missed it there. Call it a night as soon as we finish this field off here, and then get the other little odds and ends done first thing in the morning. That's probably going to be easier than trying to rush it through now and get it done, because night is falling and we don't need to be out in it. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the old field here. Lovely, delicious soybeans have been planted, and hopefully will germinate overnight, and it'll also give us a chance to see if they are going to do as such for us, and then if need be we can always replant something else tomorrow, just in case anything weird happens. But I think we should be good. We're in the planting window and it is going to warm up quite a bit tomorrow, so I think we'll be good. But Alexander should be on his way back now as well, because he's finished most of the jobs that we had. So we are just going to sneak in here and park the tractor up in here for now. Let's just get in and turn the old lights off. There we go. Let's have a quick check on the chickens, make sure they've got food. Yeah, we could give them one more. Actually, we're going to need to make some more of those in the morning. Let's hop over the fence, grab one of these. Yeah, we've only got 2 left after this. We've still got plenty of wheat in the silo there, but obviously these bags make feeding the chickens quite handy indeed. And let's have one last look at the classifieds tonight before we turn in. And oh, they got a truck for sale. That's a nice looking lorry there. An old Ford. Yeah, they've got some decent tractors for sale. At some point we are going to look to get some more modern things. Whether or not we actually buy those before we leave, or just set the farm up to have sort of a a working setup and equipment, then you know we'll see how it goes. That's interesting. A Metaltech trailer. Ah, that's a silage. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that might have been the silage capacity, but I didn't want to take a chance. But still, you know, 8,000 litre trailer. We may need a small trailer at some point in the near future once we get the pigs going, but we'll see about that later on, I fancy. Let's check the contracts quick, and yeah, there we go. Cash in all of those, so we get a nice amount of money for overnight. Yeah, there we go. We've got just over 34 grand. That should, I think we've got another payment coming in from the wind turbines up there in just a couple of minutes. And yeah, so let's head back over here and we'll have a bit of a rest, and I'll see you all again in the morning. Well, good morning again, everyone. It's just coming up 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is day 5, late spring now. So we are progressing along nicely, and over here you can see we've got some supplies ready. So, obviously we're down at the shop here. We are going to load some stuff on our trailer. Okay, let's get that unfolded there. Lovely. And unhitched from the back. Oh, and this is that new tractor that we bought the other night too. The store's just been keeping it here for us for the moment. That's a lovely looking tractor, that. I think we're going to get a lot of good use out of that. Yeah, it was cheap enough that it really was too good of an opportunity to pass up, so I couldn't exactly say no to that, could we? Okay, now I'm just thinking the best way to get some of this stuff on. So, yeah, let's pop the little pallets. If I can do this well, which, knowing me, is not going to happen. We'll see if we can't. Yeah, I should have used a bag lifter. Should have used a bag lifter. Oh dear, having a bit of an issue there. Also, probably should have parked the trailer there in a much better spot. But, hey ho. That's how she goes. Let's just straighten that out by hitting it with the tractor, because that's the smart thing to do, isn't it? Backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Okay, that is on the deck. Lovely. Okay, now with any luck we can get these to like stack on top of each other as well. I should probably have just bought the big ones, but I figure we'll use the 2 big pallets that we've got there. We'll actually use for delivering stuff to the different trees and whatnot when we get there. And these little ones will just pop in the storage facility area that we've got. Because then, you know, if we bring something smaller down at some point, oh, I can just push it all out of the way. That's handy. Well done, me. Oh, this is going very well, isn't it? Great start. I'll have to probably go around the other side and sort that out a bit, maybe. Okay, so that's hooked up. Oops. You're not going to connect the other things for me. Ah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Just have to reach around the wheel there. Okay, so straps and everything appear to be on. Let's see how badly this thing works. So do that. Make sure all the straps are on. Lovely. And let's go for it. Hopefully that thing is not just going to fly off as we drive down the road here. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, well, I shall see you all when we get down to our little garden. Take it a bit slow. Oh, we must remember to fertilise this field again as well. I think it's in need of a little bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, it could use a little bit more fertiliser. We might be able to get away with rolling it quick if it doesn't grow before we get back, or what's the other thing? Maybe some digestate. You know, we might be able to control the flow and put a just a tiny smidge of digestate on there. That will be good. Okay, that's still stuck on the back. Lovely. But yes, okay, so I shall see you at the garden momentarily. Alright, here we are, just coming up now. Let's see if we can get in here in one piece. And that would be a no. Managed to catch myself right on that fence. Lovely. Oh, now I've got myself caught on this fence. If we come straight across, have we got around? We have, lovely. Okay, let's see, turn the indicator off. Now, how's it going to be best to do this? Because we are going to need to get that off. Let's just pull forward a tiny bit. Well, actually, we're not going to be able to get in there, really, are we? That's awkward. Yeah, because that tractor won't fit. Well, if we... yeah, I think we're going to do this. So we'll pop those down there. The old weight, not weights, but the wheels. Not wheels even, the things, ramps, that's what they're called. Let's disconnect that. And take off all these lovely straps. I think we got all of them. Yep, we did. Okay. First things first then, let's grab a bit of manure. This is going to be interesting. Okay. See, the smart thing might have been to park out on the road or in the farm next door where it's a bit flatter. But we'll see. This may automatically drop it for us into the tree here. Oh, there it goes. Lovely. I think these trees take about 2,000 each. At least I hope that's all it's going to take. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. And let me just drive into the tree, because that'll be helpful. And then head over here to this one. And see what we get in this. In the one of these little gardens here. Probably 2,000 again, which would leave us with 200. No. Ah. Oh wow, that takes a lot of manure. Okay, how many of those do we got? Oh, we got quite a lot down there. Okay, well, what we might have to do is get, perhaps borrow a small trailer from somewhere and get some manure to bring down for them. Because that's quite a lot. Okay, well what we will do with the rest of this that we've got then is... if I can actually just push it off, that works, doesn't it? That's really what we need to do. There we go, that got it. Carefully drag that off. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. So if I do this right, I can attempt to get about 1,000 in each tree. Give or take a bit. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there we go. A bit too much, but that's okay. Watch out for the thing there. Let's go for this tree. Oh god, no, we've got quite a lot of trees down here, haven't we? Okay. Yeah, we are definitely going to need a massive trailer. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So we've got 800 in there. Watch out for the light. 1,000 in there. 900 in that one. And that was this one, wasn't it? It's got 1,200 in it. Yeah, we are definitely going to need to get an actual trailer down here, I think. That'll probably be our best bet. Because I was not expecting to need this much manure. Now, I mean, we could fill up our lorry with it, the KAMAZ. That might be a bit too much though. Just a rough guess. Oh, this is going to be awkward, isn't it? On the thing. Oh, have we got it? I think we might have. We have. This is going to be very... Oh dear, no, that's gone a bit wrong. Okay, well, we'll try not to ruin their grass too much since we only just got it all set up for them. Okay, let's see, we can just pretty much shove this in here. Yeah, we'll definitely need to get a smaller vehicle, I think. Just to help us. Okay, let's pop that down. Yeah, I'm not sure what we could get. Maybe a small skid steer loader or something might work, but we can just like have a bucket on to pick this stuff up with. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Okay, well let me manhandle this other one off and see about getting the water trailer down from there as well. Okay, that went remarkably better than expected. So, yeah, as you can see here, just to the side of this shed, there's that tiny little water tank thing with a little pipe coming out of it. This should, if I placed it pointing in the right direction, fill up from there. If it doesn't, then we may have a tiny issue. Ah, there we go. Lovely. And I have a feeling most of these things are going to take like 2,000 water each. But we'll see. Oh, we're going down the hill. Oh no, they only took 1,000. Okay. Now these gardens may take a bit more. No, it was the one at the top here that I put the manure in, wasn't it? Oh, we're going all over the place. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a tiny bit awkward to steer. Okay. Yeah, let's pop it into that one, get that one started. Okay, 33% is 1,000, so it's going to take like 3,000 per one. So what we'll do is we'll put water in these trees one by one, and then put 1,000 into the other ones, I think. That's just going to be the easiest way to do it. And we'll get this all loaded up. All these things happily filled with delicious water. And then we shall see how it goes. You know, it should generate us a little bit of income too from the fruit sales, as they say. Yeah, get some... oh, there's a pear tree. Lovely. Spin around, put that in, not this one but the next one up. Now I'm not sure how fast these are going to actually use their water either, and obviously I think manure doubles the money value for them, but yeah, we'll have to load these up later on with water, completely with water I mean. But yeah, so I shall continue on with this, and yeah, and then we'll see where we are at later on. Get some more contracts. That was the other thing, wasn't it? Where are we on contracts? Yes, we do have a few more complete, so we shall cash those in quick. Okay, must remember to do field 10 as well. That's an important one. So we shall get that done later on, and we've got some sewing ones lined up as well for later in the day. We're back up to 44 grand now. That's lovely. We are going to need to hang on to the money as best as we can now, because we need to save up for our pigs and pig food supplies, which hopefully will be coming along in the not too distant future. We shall see how that all pans out though. But yeah, so if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like and hit that subscribe button too if you haven't already. And comments are always welcome, and if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And anything you guys can do, like the likes, the comments, it all helps with the old YouTube metrics there, so it gets the videos out onto the algorithm, as it were. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope we'll see you all next time in the continuing adventures of Felt Corp. Cheerio, everyone.